me to start?
Sure.
So we're the McVeigh family. I'm Heather, and this is Clay, and Spencer, and Ben.
Benny was born shortly before we moved here in California. When he was born, he was a little bit premature. He had some respiratory issues where he couldn't oxygenate blood very well, and for a while he had him on oxygen at home. But it started to become where he would get sicker and stay sicker longer and get sicker more often, until eventually we ended up in the hospital with what we suspected was pneumonia.
And so we ended up at Westchester in the middle of April, just after his first birthday, with, like Clay said, what we thought was pneumonia. And after being in the hospital for about 3 days, he went into respiratory failure and cardiac arrest, and which was a very scary time for our family. We're in the hospital for about 3 weeks, and we had heard that the Ronald McDonald House was opening, and we were fortunate enough to be the first family to stay here. And it opened, and from the very beginning, even before we stayed, there was such a warmth and kindness that was shown to us that was just beyond explanation. And it was a very safe place for our little family. Spencer, while we were here, felt like we were on vacation and that this was our hotel. And that's what he referred to it as Ronald McDonald House in the hotel. And it was a fun place for him. There were toys, there was a gathering place that we could be together, and it made it so that we weren't always apart, and Clay and I weren't trying to juggle and trade places, with almost an hour's drive each way. It brought our little family together. Since Spencer couldn't be in ICU, we were all here at the hospital, and we could kind of trade in and out, and it was a huge, huge blessing for our family.
We got to play in the playroom. There was a game room that we discovered, and that was probably his first real experience with video games, which he, of course, liked. And there was a foosball upstairs, a foosball table, and a ping pong table, which I think ping pong was the first time he experienced. It was in this house. So he had a great time here. There was always something for Spencer to do when Heather and I were switching out, staying in the room with Icy, with Benny. And we were always able to come together for a family dinner in the kitchen. And that was nice. We hadn't had that in a long time.
Especially for Spencer, it's hard to know how much stressful situations affect children because it plays out a little bit differently, but it made a stressful situation a very happy and fun thing for him. There were so many neat things to do here and to play with, and we were all together, which it just provided so much stability for him, and he loved it. And seeing that he was comfortable and happy was a relief to us and took a stress off. And it was the Ronald McDonald House. You walk in and there's such a feeling of just kind of a calmness and a reassurance. You don't have the beeping of the monitors and the continuous movement of the hospital, and it really is just a restful place to take a break and to kind of take a deep breath and to regroup, and you feel that as soon as you walk in. To go from sleeping on a couch in the ICU to having an amazingly comfortable bed and to get a full night's sleep was just amazing. It really helps to keep you centered and keep you going. The kitchen is an incredible kitchen. There are meals that are prepared for you to enjoy here, as well as you have access to anything that you want to make. Yeah, the pantry is wonderful. We spent Mother's Day here, and I had slept in the hospital that night, and Clay and Spencer stayed here at the house. And I came over the next morning, and Clay and Spencer had baked a cake for Mother's Day and had flowers for me, and it was a really special Mother's Day. It was a special day to be together and to focus on the things that really matter the most and enjoy that togetherness, which wouldn't have happened. We would have been separated the whole time, between one of us here and one of us somewhere else if it weren't for the Ronald McDonald House. I can't tell you how much it means to us, the kindness of both seen and unseen people who make this happen, from the volunteers to the workers to the donors. I really, as we've gone through the McDonald's drive-through and you see that little box, you know, and it's put a whole new perspective, and I'm so happy to, you know, I never understood really what the Ronald McDonald House was before, and to have had this personal experience, I can't tell you enough how grateful we are and how special it was for our family, and what a difference it made to really help us handle what we needed to handle, and help us to regain what we needed to be there for Benny more, and to work through this as a family.
We left this hospital rested to take care of Benny at home. And I don't think that we would have been as prepared had we not had this house.